detailed prediction for the fifth and final season of Stranger Things, including the plot, key scenes, and secrets revealed for the first time, as if we're actually watching the season. Season 5, 2025. Summary: Stranger Things. The final chapter timeframe: Fall 1987, a year after the Hawkins disaster location. Hawkins, in an upside-down world intersecting with reality main themes. The final confrontation with Vecna, the revelation of the upside-down secrets, and the final sacrifice, Episode 1. The Crawl, opening scene, footage of a devastated Hawkins, the cracks connecting the upside down to reality still open. Max is in a coma in a private hospital. Her hands suddenly tremble, as if her soul is trying to return. Plot: Mike and Eleven have temporarily moved into a small house near the woods with Will and Jonathan. Eleven tries to use her powers to access Max's mind. To no avail. Dustin visits a reactivated secret government lab to study the rifts. There, he discovers that Vecna has not been defeated. Episode 2. The vanishing of Will's disappearance. Will wakes up startled by a nightmare. He sees the upside down, expanding into other worlds. In the morning, Will disappears from his room without a trace. A search begins for him. Everyone assumes Vecna kidnapped him because he is the first mirror of the upside down. Episode 3. The Turnbow Trap. Turnbow's trap. Dr. Owens returns with a tip. A human mind is still communicating with Vecna. This leads to a new character, Eddie Turnbow, a scientist obsessed with the theory of parallel worlds. He reveals a mind trap he created to infiltrate Vecna's mind. Dustin and Eleven volunteer to enter. Episode 4. Sorcerer. The sorcerer inside the mind trap. Vecna appears as an old sorcerer and recounts the origins of the Upside Down. It is a parallel universe created by mistake when the first portal was opened by Project MK Ultra. He reveals that Eleven herself is connected to the first portal, and that her power comes from a part of this world. Episode 5. Shock Jock. The shocker Murray Bowman returns with a secret radio program broadcasting coded messages to try to communicate with Will. Will hears the messages from another dimension, and responds with distorted drawings printed on walls in the real world. Episode 6. Escape from Camazotz. Escape from Camazotz. The new world within the Upside Down is revealed, called Camazotz, a dark version of Hawkins where Vecna lives. The team infiltrates the interior to rescue Will and Max, but they encounter an evil version of Hopper called the Shadow Hopper. Episode 7. The Bridge. The Bridge. 11 creates an energy bridge between her world and the Upside Down. But the bridge opens the door to the arrival of new, more powerful creatures called the Anoatics. Eventually, Max awakens from her coma, saying, "I was with him. I know how to defeat him." Episode 8. The Right Side Up. The Right Side. The epic finale. 11, with the help of Max and Dustin, leads the final assault. Steve sacrifices himself to prevent the portal from collapsing on Hawkins. His death is shocking but heroic. 11 uses all her energy to transform Vecna back into a human, and mercifully kills him. All the cracks are closed, and the city slowly returns to normal. The closing scene months later. Everyone gathers for a school graduation, missing Steve. Dustin is shown recording a podcast about the true story of Hawkins. The camera pans to the night sky. A flash of the Upside Down world appears, a hint of a possible continuation of the story in a different form, or a spin-off. Here is the full script for the first episode of the 5th season of Stranger Things, titled Stranger Things, Season 5, Episode 1. Title: The Crawl, written in cinematic style, full scenes. Visuals, dialogue, tone. Cold open INT. Hope Memorial Hospital. Night, the sound of heavy breathing. A heart beating slowly. We hear the beeping of a heart monitor. The camera pans slowly across a dark, quiet room. Max lies in a hospital bed. Her body is still. Her eyes are closed. Her fingers suddenly move. Cut to int. Upside down version of the hospital. Continuous. The world is upside down. Black fungus covers the walls. She breathes as if she were a living being. A distorted version of Max is seen walking down a long corridor, surrounded by muffled screams. Then she hears a whisper. Vecna, VO. You saw the truth, Max. You know how it ends. Max, in a terrified whisper, no, I won't go back. Glass explodes in a window, and a creature's hand reaches out for her. She screams. Cut to black. Title sequence, Stranger Things, intro music, ACT1 EXT. Edge of Hawkins, morning panoramic shots of the devastation. Cracks still in the sky. Some houses are destroyed. Trees are dead. A heavy silence. Int. Cabin, living room. Same time 11 sits in front of a fireplace, looking at a picture of Max. Mike enters with a cup of coffee. Mike didn't sleep. 11. Whispering. She moved last night. Her fingers. Mike, that's good, right? 11 or bad? What if Vecna's still inside? Int. Hawkins research site. Basement lab, Dustin, Lucas. And Robin with Dr. Owens. Digital panels displaying upside down activity. Owens, the gates are still pulsing. He's not gone. He's adapting. Dustin, you mean he's learning? Owens, I mean he's evolving. ACT2 int. Wheeler's basement. Later Dustin displays a map of upside down gate activity. A light is on at the Byers house. Robin, is that? Will. Lucas, we haven't heard from him in hours. Mike, he was drawing something weird last night. Again. Int. Byers house. Will's room, the room is empty. New graffiti is on the walls. A giant vortex. In the center, a red eye. As the camera zooms in, the eye flashes. ACT3 int. FBI safe house. Night Eddie Turnbow appears for the first time. A paranoid scientist, he explains his theory to the crew. TURNBOW, you're not fighting a monster. You're fighting a god. He displays a device. A metal mask used to dive into the collective consciousness. A Vecna trap. Turnbow, const, but I built a back door. Int. Mental interface room. Later 11 prepares to enter the mind trap with Dustin's help. Electrodes are placed on her head. Dustin, jokingly to relieve tension. If you see Freddy Krueger in there, just punch him in the face. 11, with a faint smile, or burn him. Again, the door closes. The machine starts. Red light fills the room. ACT4 int. Vecna's mind realm. Unknown 11 finds herself in a dark palace. The thrones are made of bones. Vecna is waiting on the throne. Vecna, you thought you ended me, but I was only reborn. 11, I'm not afraid of you anymore. Vecna, but you should be afraid of what's coming. The bridge has opened. A vision appears, an entire city swallowed by cracks. Hawkins disappears beneath red clouds. ACT5 int. Max's hospital room. Night suddenly. Her eyes open. The machines ignite. 11 emerges from her coma and screams. 11, she's awake. Max is awake. Everyone runs into the room. Max looks at them, barely speaking. Max, I saw. The other side. He's building something. Mike, what? What is he building? Max, whispering, a door that won't close. Fade out. To be continued. Episode 2. The Vanishing of Will. Will's vanishing, a scene-by-scene script, with dialogue, effects, and the show's classic horror mystery tone. Cold open int. Byers' house. Night, a dark room. The clock reads 3:03 a.m. Will sits on the floor in front of a wall filled with his drawings. Circles, eyes, strange symbols. The drawings begin to shake, then one of them falls off on its own. Will, whispering, scared, "I know you're there." No answer. Suddenly, a shadow appears behind him. He turns around. No one. He gasps, then is suddenly pulled backward through the shadows into nothingness. A muffled scream. The room goes quiet. The drawings disappear from the wall as if they had never existed. Fade to black. Title sequence, Stranger Things, ACT 1 INT. Wheeler's Kitchen, Morning Mike, 11, Jonathan, Joyce, and Dustin are gathered. Joyce, worried. He didn't come home. His bed was untouched. Jonathan, he was acting strange last night. Said he felt something pulling. 11, thinking, it's him. Vecna. He's reaching again. Int. Hawkins High School. Computer room. Robin tries to hack the security cameras with Murray's help. Robin, if he vanished like before, maybe there's a clue in the house's M readings. Murray, joking. Or maybe he just ran off to become a tortured artist in New York. Robin Murray. ACT 2 int. Max's hospital room. Max sits with her eyes half opened. 11 enters. A moment of silence between them. 11, you remember anything? Max. In a hoarse voice, I saw a tower. In the middle of the dark. With vines crawling up the sky. 11, a tower. Max and Will. He was inside it. Screaming. Int. Hawkins research site. Control room. Dr. Owens displays readings of the electric field around Hawkins on the screen. Owens, we've detected a new anomaly. Not a gate. A vortex. Dustin, in surprise, like a black hole. Owens, like a tunnel between dimensions. ACT 3EXT. Woods outside Hawkins. Night Mike, Dustin, 11, Max, Lucas, and Robin go to the site where the disturbance occurred. A purple mist permeates the air, and the ground makes a strange creaking sound. Suddenly, the ground splits open, revealing a glimpse of a basement resembling Byers' castle, but upside down. 11, whispering, Will, INT. Vecna's realm. Unknown time. Will is chained in a black room, surrounded by figures from the past, the front door, the school desk, and the first key to the gate. Vecna, appearing before him, you've always felt me, Will. You're my mirror, my echo. Will, angrily and crying, you'll never win. They're coming for me. Vecna, I'm counting on it. ACT 4 int. Cabin, living room. Later that night, Max draws what she saw in her mind, the tower. She places his drawing next to Will's. They match. Robin, he's not just missing, he's trapped. Lucas, so how do we get him back? 11, looking toward the shadows. We find the door, and this time, we kick it down. Fade out. To be continued. Episode 3. The Turnbow Trap, a detailed, scene-by-scene script with dialogue, visuals, and escalating tension. Cold open int. Hawkins Forest, night in the fog. A cloaked figure walks among dead trees. It's 11. She's accompanied by Dustin, Max, and Lucas. They arrive at a small, half-ruined cabin. Its door opens automatically. They enter. Int. Cabin lab. Continuous inside the cabin, old tools, maps, primitive devices, and electronics connected to a metal device resembling an electric helmet. A disheveled man emerges from the shadows, holding a homemade weapon. It's Eddie Turnbow. Turnbow, sarcastically. Let me guess. You're here to kill Vecna. Cut to black. Opening credits. ACT-1 INT. Cabin lab. Moments later DASTIN. You're Turnbow, the guy who wrote the 9 planes theory. TURNBOW. The government burned my work. But they didn't burn my mind. Refers to the device. A helmet with wires that connect to an electrical impulse machine. Turnbow commented, "This is a trap. Not for a rat. For a god." INT. Hawkins research site. War Room Drive. Owens discusses a power overload scheme with Murray and Robin. Owens Vecna's power source is mental. He uses fear like a battery. Murray: so what? We think happy thoughts. Robin: no. We feed him the opposite. False fear. A fake target. ACT-2 INT. Cabin lab. Night. Turnbow explains the plan to the team. Dustin will control from the outside, while 11 enters a mind trap to link her consciousness to Vecna's, using his device. TURNBOW. But if you stay too long, your brain turns to soup. Max, looking at 11. I'm going in with you. 11: no. I need you here. If I don't come back. Max: don't say that. INT. Mind realm. Vecna's trap. 11 enters a surreal world. Hawkins suspended in the sky, children floating, and muffled screams in every corner. A clone of Will appears, but he's smiling unnaturally. Will, stay here. It's safe now. 11, realizing, you're not him. The ground beneath him opens, and Vecna appears as a massive shadow. VECNA: welcome back. 11. ACT-3 INT. Outside cabin. Continuous. Dustin and Max monitor 11's biometrics. The device begins to beep. DASTIN. Her brainwaves are spiking. She's fighting something. INT. Vecna's realm. 11 fights Vecna using her energy, but he controls her surroundings. He transforms the ground into scenes from her childhood. Laboratories, blood, screams. VECNA: you are me, child. You were made from this pain. 11. Screams: no. I chose who I am. A massive blast of mental energy temporarily knocks Vecna down. A dark tower appears behind her. A mental door. ACT-4 INT. Cabin. Night. 11 emerges from the coma. She cries. 11. He's scared. He's building something to end everything. TURNBOW. Then we strike first. I've been preparing for this since 1984. He opens a huge map of the upside-down world, and on it is a highlighted center point, Camazot's Tower. DASTIN. That's where Will is. Fade out to be continued. Are we continuing now with episode 4? Episode 4. The Tower complete script, scene by scene, with dialogue, horror, escalation, and emotional development. Cold open INT. Hawkins, Main Street. Night. The city is empty. The wind is howling. Car alarms flash by themselves. Suddenly, the ground cracks open, and black roots emerge, writhing in the air. INT. Hawkins High School, gymnasium, same time abandoned graduation party, decorations still hanging. Eyes appear in the darkness. Vecna's voice echoes throughout. Vecna, VO. Every memory is a thread. I've pulled enough. Red lights ignite. The tower appears in the sky above the city as a forked shadow. Cut to black. Opening credits. ACT-1 INT. Cabin. Night. The team assembled. 11. Dustin, Max, Robin, Lucas, Murray, and Turnbow. Turnbow: the tower isn't real in our world. It's a projection. A psychic anchor. 11 then I can reach it. From inside. DASTIN, how do we get in? Murray, same way they got out last time. Through the mind. Int. Mind map room. Moments later Max connects her mind to the turbo device. 11 holds her hand. Max, if I see Billy again. 11, he can't hurt you. Not if I'm there. ACT2 int. The tower. Psychic real Max and 11 emerge inside a vast hall of bones and memories. Voices from the past replay. Massive doors with symbols, fear, guilt, loneliness. Max, trembling. He's feeding off these. 11, we destroy the doors. The attack begins. Shadow creatures appear. 11 uses her powers. And Max strikes with thoughts. Int. Surface world, Hawkins Street, Knight, Dustin, Robin, and Murray move toward a location where a blue light has appeared. There's an opening in the air, a wobbly portal. Robin, that's new. Dustin, if it's a door, we go through it. Murray, hesitant, or we all die. ACT3 int. The tower, inner core 11 and Max reach the top. Will is trapped inside a mind cage. His body is transparent, his eyes closed. Max Will, we're here. But Vecna appears, bigger than ever. And spirits from the past hover around him. VECNA, this is not a rescue, it's an invitation. 11, let him go. VECNA, he's already part of me. Int. Surface. Street outside tower zone, Dustin and Robin enter the portal, arriving at the tower, but in their physical bodies, in a grey version of Hawkins. Robin, I don't think we're supposed to be here. The ground begins to crack. Time collapses around them. ACT4 int. The tower. Final chamber of violent mental battle between 11 and Vecna. The sky above the tower splits open. Max attacks from behind, throwing a symbolic knife that pierces Vecna's body. Vecna, screaming, no. 11 focuses her power on Will's cage, and frees him. The structure around them collapses. Will opens his eyes, he's not done. He's everywhere now. EXT, Tower Zone, same time Dustin yells, Dustin get out, it's collapsing. A blast of psychic energy appears. Hawkins is shaken. Parts of the upside-down world collapse onto the city. Fade out to be continued. Episode 5. The Breach, a complete script, scene by scene, with intense dialogue and visuals. In this episode, the barrier between worlds collapses, and the great disaster begins. Cold open EXT. Hawkins, Main Street, night and overhead camera shows cracks in the streets, black smoke pouring from them. City residents scream and flee. The sky is torn apart. Red lightning flashes. Shards of the upside-down world fall on Hawkins. Int. Hawkins Police Station. Same time Powell is staring at the surveillance cameras. He sees strange creatures infiltrating the supermarket. He steps back and grabs his weapon. Powell whispers, "Oh God, it's happening." Cut to black. Opening credits. ACT1 int. Cabin. Night 11 is exhausted after freeing Will. Will sits in the corner of the room, shaking, looking at his hand. Parts of his skin are translucent. Will, in a hoarse voice, he left something in me. I can feel him, still thinking. 11 will stop him. You're safe now. TURNBOW safe? There's a damn hole in the sky. EXT. Hawkins Streets. Continuous Dustin, Robin, Lucas, and Max try to rescue civilians amid the chaos. Robin, we need to get people underground. Anywhere sealed. A mutated Demogorgon-like creature attacks them. Dustin tases it. Dustin, okay. We've officially upgraded to apocalypse mode. ACT2 int. Hawkins lab. Safe room. Dr. Owens watches a live satellite feed. A black spot is expanding over the city. Owens, this isn't just Vecna anymore. It's a full breach. Murray, then let's breach back. Owens, we use Will. Jonathan, angrily. What? Owens, he's linked to Vecna. If we boost the signal, we might reverse it. ACT3 int. Cabin. Later that night the team prepares a new device. A combination of turbo technology and previous portals. Turbo, this will put Will into the breach, and maybe pull him out again. Will, I'll do it. 11, no. It's too dangerous. Will, he's inside me. If I die, he loses control. Dustin, shaky voice, Jude. Will, looking at him with a sad smile. It's okay. ACT4EXT. The breach zone. Sunrise, the team mounts the device above Hawkins High School, where the main gate has opened. They place Will in the center of an energy circuit. 11 holds his hand. Robin, Lucas, and Max are on the perimeter securing the area. Turbo, over radio, now or never. The bonding process begins. Vecna's voice appears in everyone's mind. Vecna, VO. You think you can cut me out? I am the cut. Int. Psychic realm. Inside the breach, Will is pulled into a dark dimension. He confronts Vecna, who has taken the form of Will the Elder, an evil version of himself. VECNA. Will, you are me, Will. You always have been. Will advancing. Then maybe I end us both. Will opens his hands. A beam of light shoots from his chest. Mental frequencies shake the space around him. EXT. Breach zone. Same time the sky splits. Light floods the street. The gate collapses. Vecna screams. The creatures evaporate. Silence. Then, Will falls from the air, unconscious. 11 picks him up. Fade out to be continued.